East Baton Rouge schools, I do want to announce, we're closed starting out at noon tomorrow, and they're also going to be closed going into the 25th, which is Tuesday. There's going to be another update coming at 6 o'clock this evening, and they're going to go, mandatory evacuations are going to be state by state. Right now, there's currently a mandatory evacuation for Plaquemines Parish, both east side and west side of the parish, and also for the Grand Isle area. So if more mandatory evacuations do come on board, they're going to have more announcements a little bit later on. So again, taking a look at the big story, this is the time to prepare, because we're not really going to have a lot of time once we start seeing some of that rainfall move in. Landfall is expected to be midday on tomorrow, but we're going to start to see some of those outer bands arrive probably late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So if you have plans to head to work, you could start to see a little bit of rain early on. Again, some heavy showers starting to scrape the coast and then eventually moving inland. So Marco will make landfall most likely midday tomorrow. Laura looks to arrive about 48 hours later. Could be a massive storm now for the western half of the state. Again, models are calling for a Category 2, a strong one, potentially even a Category 3, which would be a major hurricane out there. And again, we can't stress it enough. Now is the time to prepare. And you got to think about it too. With COVID currently going on, you have to have that mask and everything else ready to go too. Have your water ready to go, extra batteries just in case, because there is that potential. If we have power outages now, we could be without power at least through the weekend, because they may not have, again, we may not be having the situation where everything is clear in time before Laura arrives on the backside. So Hurricane Marco, this is the very latest information. Hurricane Hunter aircraft just went out there to investigate the center of the storm. And right now you can see those winds are sustained at 75 miles per hour, heading north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. And it currently sits at about 300 miles, so not too far from the mouth of the Mississippi River. So here's the other story. Tropical Storm Lauren continues to hold on. Again, it doesn't look, which is surprising because it just went across some pretty mountainous terrain, which is a typically prone area to seeing some flash flooding across Dominican Republic and Haiti. Well, that same system is eventually going to be pushing its way into Cuba later on tonight. Now, we do need to see if it slides a little bit further south of Cuba or right across Cuba, because that's going to play a big role in the intensification process as it makes its way into the southern Gulf. But right now the winds are sustained at 50. It's currently heading west-northwest at 21 miles per hour, and it's now 70 miles northwest of Haiti at this point. So here you go. As you take a look at the Hurricane Hunter aircraft, they did find some winds up to about 75 miles per hour, sustained 75, some gusts a little bit higher, closer to 80 out there. And obviously the pressure has dropped to 988 millibars. So again, we're seeing some of that rapid intensification, but luckily for us, and you can see it here in the current track, there's going to be a little bit of wind shear across the northern Gulf Coast, and that, my friends, is going to help to weaken it just before landfall. So we're talking somewhere right in this region. And as that happens, again, it's going to move in probably as a weak hurricane or a very strong tropical storm. But notice the current track puts us right through the Baton Rouge area. You got to remember it's the entire cone, but as they continue to mention, and I also want to mention that impacts are, this is not an impact cone. This is showing you where the track is going to go and where's that wiggle room left or right. It does not show you the impacts. In a system like this, we could be seeing a lot of widespread heavy rainfall that could extend from, I would say, from central and southern Louisiana all the way into portions of Mississippi and Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. So again, this is not, we know pretty much where the path is going. I don't see it changing much intensity-wise, but rainfall impacts, well, that is definitely going to be something to be very mindful of in the coming days, because again, we've got two possible storms out there, and this, if the one on the backside of Tropical Storm Laura strengthens, becomes a Category 1, maybe a Category 2 before landfall, and becomes a very large system, well, we could be seeing much of the impacts here in the capital area, a bunch of heavy rainfall, and you still got to think about that storm surge driving all of that water directly into, again, into our lakes and up the Mississippi River. So you're talking Lake Maurepas, Lake Bourne, and Lake Pontchartrain, all that water getting driven in, because you see these winds here, they're going to continue to wrap around and push all that water into the state of Louisiana. So again, storm surge is also going to be very crucial with this type of system because, again, you're getting hit from both sides. And a lot of that water from Marco is going to push inland, and it won't have time to really push back out before Laura arrives and then drives that water further and further inland. So, again, we're going to keep an eye, obviously, on the current totals right now. Storm surge, I do want to point out there is a warning now from Intracoastal City, and that goes all the way to Biloxi. There is a watch now, and that's mainly for our inland lakes like Maurepas. So if you live in Livingston, Tangipahoa, and St. James and St. John the Baptist Parish, St. Tammany, Jefferson Parish right now, we are looking at a watch. And a little bit further west now from Intracoastal City, almost to the state line over in Texas, currently underneath a watch at this point. Now, again, for the Baton Rouge area, we are now underneath a tropical storm warning. That's for all areas highlighted in that purple. That includes Point Capee, East and West Feliciana, West Baton Rouge, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, Ascension, Iberville, portions of Tangipahoa, St. Tammany, and then really just around the New Orleans metro area, currently sitting underneath that tropical storm warning. What that means is we're going to start to feel tropical storm conditions within 36 hours and possibly as soon as 24. Along the coastline, a hurricane warning. And that, again, is for all coastal parishes until the storm passes. The yellow, that is a tropical storm watch, so that does include our counties in southern Mississippi. It also includes St. Helena, northern Tangipahoa, and Washington Parish, and then all of our parishes just along I-49, a little bit closer to Acadiana. So main thing is, it's just get prepared. Be ready for the imaginable or unimaginable because, again, this has not happened in recent satellite era. So again, this is going to be a new situation for the state of Louisiana. Now, again, there is that potential as you see more and more tracks, and I do want to show you that. They're starting to lean a little bit further west towards Texas, so kind of up towards the Texas-Louisiana line, potentially maybe even moving closer to Port Arthur and maybe as far as the Houston area. And again, if that's the case, that's going to be a little bit more beneficial for us, at least here in the capital area. Southwestern portions of the state, well, they could get slammed with very strong winds and very, just a bunch of heavy rainfall kind of wrapped around some of those center bands. So again, as you see right now, we've got a Category 1. The spread is starting to kind of agree at least that, yeah, we're talking right around the mouth of the Mississippi, probably Grand Isle. That's going to be landfall. And then it's going to drive in and then take somewhat of a dog leg across Baton Rouge, so kind of a west-northwestern turn before driving up through the state. But again, rain is obviously our biggest issue. And what you're looking here, this is just estimates for Marco, where we could potentially have maybe 7 to 10. I know it says the next 7 days. I think the forecast was going to change a little bit because the track of Laura on the backside. So if it becomes a massive storm, where do we start to see some of those feeder bands set up? Because, again, that's also crucial. In a feeder band, you could easily see 6 to 12 inches of rainfall. And again, that's just one system. Then you pile on a little bit more. Do we have enough time for all that water to drain into our rivers and streams, push downstream and out into the lakes? Well, who knows? Again, we're watching that closely. So what I'm going to mind you is if you live very close to a river or a bayou, continue to keep an eye on those water levels quickly. So again, because obviously flash flooding will definitely be a concern as we continue to move forward. And here is just another model, and this is just one showing that we're seeing most of that heavy rainfall around New Orleans, but I don't want you to take it with a grain of salt because, again, there is that potential that some of those bands, as that system Marco moves across us, could move up towards northern portions of our viewing area. As you notice out west, that's the impact right now from Laura. So again, more so across portions of West Texas moving into Louisiana. But again, that could definitely change as we continue to move forward. So overall impacts, and this again is just from Marco. We're talking totals probably here 3 to 4, locally definitely some higher amounts. And that excludes Laura. When Laura comes about, yeah, we could even see the rain totals quickly jump to another 2 to 4, possibly 6 to 8 inches of rainfall out there. Right now, peak winds from Marco, probably 40 to 5. We're talking tropical storm strength here. And then, again, 3 to 5 feet, and that's mainly along the coastline for storm surge. So, again, that could elevate a little bit closer as the system gets right on our doorstep heading into tomorrow. We'll have to see how strong Marco actually gets. I don't see it intensity-wise getting too much stronger as we continue to move forward, but it's just definitely something to kind of watch out as we move into the afternoon and evening hours of tomorrow. So really, we've got a lot going on out there, and the key is just stay informed. Have multiple ways to receive watches, warnings. Get your trusted and reliable sources from the National Hurricane Center, from the National Weather Service here. You can use us, Lake Charles, and again, also us. We're going to continue to keep you updated with exact information. What we know, we're going to bring that information to you as quickly as possible, because things are obviously going to change rapidly as we move into tonight, throughout the day tomorrow, and then over the next couple days. Because again, we're with these storms potentially until the upcoming weekend. So this is definitely not a sprint. This is definitely going to be a marathon in the coming days. And again, a lot of uncertainty as to how much rainfall, where does Laura's track shift. That could play a big role on what we currently see here in Louisiana. So again, stay vigilant, prepare. It's bright, it's sunny out there, it's dry right now. Make sure you gas up your vehicles just in case. Make sure you have plenty of water for the next couple days, just in case if you're without power. Charge up those phones, have battery backups. Again, you name it, just in case if you do need to evacuate at some point throughout this entire situation. Because again, for us here, at least in the capital area, rainfall is obviously going to be our biggest issue. Yes, we may see some stronger wind gusts here and there, but you also got to think, if we get a ton of rainfall, any wind, persistent wind, could potentially topple trees down here and put us into an overall scenario where we have widespread power outages for multiple days at this point. So again, thank you for watching. We're going to have another update. Again, the governor is going to be back with another press conference coming up at 6 o'clock this evening. Thank you.